Do you struggle to get stuff done? Do you get to the end of a work session and think, I could have done more, or I didn't do much? Do you find that you finally figured out when you're going to work and you sit down and you've created this pocket of time and you sit down and you can't get anything done? Your mind goes completely blank and you have no idea what to do. Or do you find yourself asking, when is the best time to get stuff done? When is the best time to work? Today, we're talking about flow state and how, as a mompreneur, you can use this to get more done, to be more productive. Hi, I'm Matilda Be, and I am a wife, a homeschooling mom, an entrepreneur, and I help women build their dream business around their family because your dreams matter, and so do the commitments you've made to your family. So stick with me for the next few minutes, and I'll give you a tool that you can use to build that bridge. Let's get that harmony between your dreams and your family. Let's build your dream life and make it your real life. So, how can you use flow state? Think about a time when you had this experience and you forgot about the time. Share that experience with me right now. Think of the saying, time flies when you're having fun, right? When you are so immersed in something that you forget what time it is, how long it's taken you, like you lose that sense of time, and it's like you have no idea how long you've been doing something because you just enjoy it so much. For me, it's reading a book. When I read a book, I get so immersed in the book that I just keep saying one more page, one more page, one more page, and the next thing you look up and I've been reading for 4 hours, right? So I want you to share that experience with me. What is one thing that you get so immersed in that you forget about the time? So flow state is described by Dr. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, and I hope I'm saying that name right. It's described as that feeling where under the right conditions, you're so immersed in a task that you forget about the time. That's what flow state is, right? And when it comes to your work, the benefits of working in a flow state is that you have this sense of clarity, right? You know exactly what needs to get done. You have this heavy sense of concentration, so you're able to focus without distractions. You also have a lack of obstacles, so you are working in a space where you don't have that pushback of like the negative thoughts of that this work is not worthwhile, or the stress that usually clouds your mind when you're trying to work. And also you have that deep sense of fulfillment, right? That feeling, that good feeling of knowing that you're getting stuff done. So those are just some of the benefits of working in a flow state. So how does this apply to you? How can you capitalize on flow state so that you actually get productive, right? So when you sit down to work, you actually get things done, right? So how do you capitalize on flow state? The first thing that you want to do is you want to identify your peak productive times. When do you work best, right? Are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? Is your most creative time in the afternoon? When do you work best? And then you guard that time. Start building your systems and your days and your schedule to guard that time so that you have that time set aside for you to work. As a mom, you may have to adjust your family's schedules so that you can protect that time. So for example, if you're a morning owl, if you're a morning bird, if you're an early bird, right? If you're an early bird, you might want to shift your children's schedules so that you protect that morning time. It might mean that you start your day earlier and then focus on your work, right? Put your work block before your kids' day starts so that by the time your kids get up, you have knocked out the best, you've had your best working time, your best working session, and you've protected that for working, right? If you're a night owl, then you might want to shift your days, your kids' schedules to earlier so that they are done with their day, and then you protect that evening block for yourself so that you get your work done then, right? So you want to identify your peak productive time and then build your schedule to protect that time. um Another thing that you want to take note of, want to do, is to create rituals and workflows around that time, right? So what are rituals? Rituals are the things that you do to get yourself into the mindset of working, right? So before you sit down and you work, what are some of the things that you do to get yourself into that mindset? Is it to have a cup of coffee? Is it to have an energy drink? Is it to light a candle? Is it to play some music? Is it to dance? Like, is it to rub some oils? What is it that you do to get yourself into that mindset of working, right? And then workflows are the systems and are the processes, the step-by-step processes that you follow to get your stuff done. When I sit down to record a video, I know that I have to have an outline. I might actually write out a script. I'm going to take my picture, my thumbnail picture, before I sit down and record a video so that I have the thumbnail photo when I do the thumbnail, right? When I'm done recording the video, I'm going to um, start the distribution workflow, right? So, what are the workflows that you have for the work that you're doing? If you're an author, what are the processes that you do to sit when you to get yourself focused on writing? Does that make sense? You also want to eliminate distractions. There's a research that was done that says that it takes you about 20 minutes to get back into that deep concentration, that focus mode, once you've been distracted. So you may want to turn off your notifications. In fact, I'm not saying you may want to, you want to turn off your notifications, right? You want to find that space where you eliminate as many distractions as possible. Turn your phone off if you can. If you can't, maybe if your kids, if you have important phone calls that you are expecting, then turn your notifications off. Schedule your phone calls around your non-work time, because you want to protect your work time, right? So eliminate distractions as much as possible. And then you also want to prioritize. What are you going to do first, right? What is the most important task that you are going to focus on at this time? You have so many things, you have so many balls in the air, you have so many things that you're working on, even as an entrepreneur, right? There's so many facets of your business. But when you sit down to work in this work block, what is the one thing that you're working on right now? And then focus on that. Put aside all the other thoughts about everything else that needs to get done, and just focus on the one thing that you're doing at that point. And then also do something you love. Because when you are doing something you love, you are so you are so you're so likely to actually attain that flow state, because you actually enjoy what you're doing, right? So I've put together a content workflow guide that you can use to simplify your content creation process. So drop workflow below so I can get that to you. Also, the Becoming a Mompreneur series starts this week. So make sure you register for that so that you can have lifetime access. This is a simple steps. Like it is the steps to becoming a mompreneur simplified, so that you know where to start, what to do next, so that you can start building that business. Until next time, have a good one.